What about now? There we go. Some reason it went to default and was changing away from my mic. So, Snarkle, hopefully you hear me loud and clear now. Oh, cool. What's this? Hide that for a second. Subscribe to earn drops, whatever that means. Basically, been working today. Thought I'd stream for like an hour or something now. And then I'll run a stream again tomorrow because the new Clone Trooper is being released. So I'll go live for that. I know that Arnold usually takes up all the streams and the time for that, but and Scribe for that matter. But yeah, at least want to get the unlock done. And I'll decide how far I'm going to push him on the day. But otherwise, yeah, just taking it easy today. Ready for TW. Done a lot of mod work today on the account, so that's also fun. Let's also hop into the game so you can take a look. Scorch is going to scorch the road. He is, and we are ready for him. So we've made. Let's have a look. So we've got 7 shards of him already, and yeah, we're just trying to. I'll be able to get him up to 6-star anyway, hopefully on day 1. And then I'll decide whether or not I'm going to push him all the way so I have him in for GAC lock-in. Take him up to relics. Hey, Asake! Good morning to you, sir. It is almost, yeah, you can say evening for me. It's 10 to 6 here. He looks fat. Hey, that's rude, Snarkle. This is no ninth sister. Where is she? She's not a night sister. Just because I say ninth sister doesn't make her a night sister. If you want fat or thick double C, baby, here she is. Well, she doesn't look that fat. She's just big, chunky mama. Looks big from the front. Okay. How do you know what she looks like from the back? You know what I mean? Okay. And both of them can do after the stream. Ah, sweet. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, guys, is in my overlay, which you can't actually see right now, but above my webcam, I'm going to try and get the chat added to it, so in the videos and stuff. I quite like the idea of chat being rewatchable. Even though some of the things that you guys say is criminal. No, I'm only joking. I provoke it a lot of the time. See the back doing... Hey, Snarkle, this is true. This is true. That was a very quick response. I'll give you that. Raid farms are coming along nicely, Asake. I haven't actually got a tab for it right now. I've got one for Naboo, funnily enough. But I haven't created... That's a good idea, actually. Let's do... I think it's Order 66 raid is called, isn't it? And the idea so far is going to be... Darkside clones and... Tarkin. That's not Tarkin. Neither is that. That's Tarkin. And it's going to be U3 and Scorch. Probably going to be my R9 squad, to be honest. Which, how criminal is this, guys? So, the way that it's looking is I might actually have a Relic 9 Tarkin before I have most of these GLs at Relic 9. Which is criminal, but I need to do it for the raid. The biggest focus is get that raid, because we're currently getting the max crate in my current guild. It's like, okay, you've got to go full send to get that box, that biggest box, as soon as possible, so you can keep on getting those strong rewards coming in. So yeah, that's the plan. So yeah, we're gonna go probably push that squad to R9. We've been asked to take Bad Batch 2.0 up to R8. Bad Batch R8. It's actually Bad Batch 2.0. So let's rename these. So it really hurts my soul. So we'll do DS clones, probably R9 tier. And then we've got Bad Batch 2.0. Which I don't think it's going to let me put a point, is it? No. How about this? 2.0. Aha, I will get my point. My point is across. Wow, that was 6 minutes ago, that's why. This music's gonna make me fall asleep. But it's chilled, so we'll allow it. Crosshair counts as Bad Batch. Yeah, of course. Oh yeah, I can see where your perspective of it would be, Snarkle. So originally, the original Bad Batch characters, which I can actually show you, was Wrecker, Tech, Echo, and Hunter. These are the original 4, and then this usual little girl or Malfoy Omega here. So Crosshair's been teased for, I'd like to say, around 18 months now, because he was in one of the missions. Well, I think he's on one of the rote missions for one, and secondly, he was also in one of the Conquest. He's an enemy in Conquest once as well. So he's been in the game for a while, but he's only recently been added, and he's obviously the last Bad Batch 2.0 character, which has become farmable. Also, it's a very good node. It's heavy, being 20 energy per node, but you're also getting Echo, who's a great Galactic Republic plug-and-play character, and you're also getting Mark III Carbontes for the early game. So it's a really nice node to actually hit and make a start on. And then, as of right now, we're looking at Jedi Vanguard as a faction. And that's not Jedi, that's Jedi. This is what I want. And I imagine right now that I know this isn't the right mace, but I'm going to put this mace in for now. That's not mace. I'm not racist, I promise. That is mace. And we are looking at the Jedi Vanguard faction. I know, Snarkle. It may look pretty sus. And my bets right now, because you've just been added to a Lightspeed bundle, and if it's these two, I'll be upset. But all of these other ones are used, except Barris. Barris probably is there as well. And I feel that all of these other characters are 100% used in Naboo. I don't think CG are going to be as kind to let us reuse characters, I will be honest. But the 5th character, I feel like, is probably going to be one of these two. So for now, I'm just going to put Mace and Jocasta till the rest are confirmed. This is going to be Jedi Vanguard. Again, they're probably looking at an R7 tier there. I spelt Vanguard wrong. I'm not illiterate. Jedi Vanguard, Relic 7. And then obviously we have the Pirates. Pirate faction. Which again, to be confirmed. Pirates, TBC. TBCM. Or TBCV. To be confirmed one day. Okay. So there we go. They're roughly the 4 squads that we're looking at right now. So yeah, you can say, Asake, I'm not too far away, to be honest. Obviously, it's taken Tarkin to 9. I literally have enough materials as of right now for 1 R9, which isn't going to give you the full visibility there. But yeah, Scorch, I pretty much have everything ready to take him straight to 9. But I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place because I'm like, do I just take him to 9 and be done with it? And then know that I've got Tarkin looming? Or do I take him to like 8 and then wait a little bit and start working on some of these others on the side? So we will wait and see. Again, the Jedi Vanguard faction, I am assuming I'm probably going to be like the R7 tier, and then Pirates. I'd like to probably take to R7s as well. But it all depends on who else and what else is added to the game between those times. But yeah, coming back to Asake, still farming shards for the other 3. Got Omega and Hunter to R8. Got their mods done. Nice. What mods did you decide on, Asake? My mods, so I've basically went on a massive mod purging spree at the moment and got rid of a ton of old, slow mods that were just not really used and were equipped on characters just to make sure that everybody had mods. So, like Batchet, like 232 is like really slow, but, you know, got like 9s, 13, some 9. Some 9! But that's actually a really good mod despite the speed. As you know, I'm all for a good speed mod, but personally, I like that I like having some niche mods like this as well, where you're kind of looking for some other stats other than just speed. Speed is very much forced down people's throats, because speed is always good. But, you know, you'll have some mods that are out there. Let me pick an example, like my Malicos. Actually, Ben Solo's got a really good one. So my Ben Solo is Ufu's, I think it's this one. A 16 speed, which isn't fast for 4 rolls. Again, 31, but then I've got a nice 7% offense secondary. Which, if you think about it, an offense primary is like 8.5% at 6 dot. So it's not far off. And Ben doesn't need to be lightning fast. He's 16k offense at Relic 7. So, yeah, if I took him higher than 7, yeah, that would be, he would hit like an absolute machine. I wish that was a 10. I picked that up. Hey, Asaki, I'll bring up your roster, why not? And hopefully I can just copy. It's making me copy the whole message, so bear with me a sec. Oh, there we go. Close enough. Hey, Mac Pence. Oh, Mac Pants? I'm going to take it that you're Mac from the Fleet Shard. I feel like or you could just be somebody. Yes. I thought it was. How are you doing, Mac? Let's take a look at Asake here. Allies. Hello. Hello there. 393658267. Don't judge me too. Hey, I'm not going to judge you. I think I was about to then see Jocasta. No, I thought I saw Jocasta lead, but it was your picture. I was like, I would have judged you for Jocasta lead. 9.8 million GP, 4 GLs. It's strange because for me, I remember I'll check my DMs in a second to show you guys like how much my account has grown in like the time that I've been playing. I'll do it after this, Asake. I'll show you how much my account has grown in such a short time, because it looks like 9.8 million GP with 4 GLs kind of looks like, oh, you know, you're missing 5 GLs. But for the best part, I can almost guarantee that you've got that perfect balance, like that really good balance of GLs, so you can do what you need them to do. But you also have, oh, hang on. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you've also got that balance of all of these other well-rounded, almost, I think that, I'm trying to remember who said it now in the chat, where you get the Swiss Army knife teams, you know, like your BKMs, Jedi Cal, you could argue. Bad Batch 2.0, I really don't know enough about right now. So it'll be interesting to see how you have yours set up right now. Nice. 5-star there, 6. Triple, 291. Good place to be. I feel like, I don't know whether you've kind of hunted for it on purpose, or you're hunting for that offense. I feel like the offense isn't as beneficial to her. It's just the speed, and I'm aware that like being around 290 is nice. Granted that, you know, being a support character at least. But, you know, she's definitely where you need her to be, around 290, because through what Tasnex mentioned the other day, you're gaining 50 speed on top, so 341 is really good. And then, nice, Hunter Mercenary at 350 as well. What have you gone for? So you've just gone for offense. Potency Cross, which I've seen. So yeah, you're just trying to really dial in, I imagine, then on the potency and speed where you can. That is a nice arrow. That was really nice. And yeah, 350. Because yeah, he's got a natively low crit chance. So again, a lot of people will be like, again, I don't know enough about the team. I would probably be like, oh, it's like a lot of people may use a crit damage triangle. But if it's a team that's being able to provoke or get a lot of advantage, then I can definitely see the value in having a crit damage triangle. But again, for physical offensive characters, if you can't get like that 75 to 80% range, or at least 80% range of critical chance, you kind of probably would prefer an offense triangle. And again, that's very subjective because it depends on the team that you're running. Again, if you're running a team such as, let's pick like the Queen Amidala team, where you're getting a lot of advantage. There's extreme value then in getting a crit damage triangle on Padawan Obi-Wan, for example. Yeah, some people have crit damage because of low CC. Yeah, exactly. Exactly what I just said, Asake. Glad to see we're on the same place. Mac climbing from 14th in the fleet chart. Yeah, it's frustrating. That climb is. I think it was yesterday or the day before. I've been climbing from 12, and yeah, it's not fun. You know, like for those that have been in the fleet chart long enough, you know me that if they turn around and they release they say a new capital ship is coming in the next couple of months, you best believe that I'll be going full send into that ship. Because, yeah, right now there's a guy that's got a payout around the same time as me, and he climbs every single day with triple attacker exec. So, as you guys probably know from those that do your fleet chart climbs, is that if you're doing your Leviathan mirror matches, it's like, if you know that you're going first, you can just press full auto from the beginning. However, if you're going second from the capital ship opening move, then you're basically just waiting until you get your first reinforcement, call in Scimitar, and then at that point you can run full auto. But when you're doing it against a triple attack at exec, you're basically playing it probably for the first minute and a half, 2 minutes, to the point where you're almost able to take over the enemy capital ship. And then it's at that point you can pretty much run full auto. Or at least from the point where you call in your Mark 6 interceptor, rather, because the Mark 6 interceptor tends to be called in and typically is either doing the applying speed down and critical damage down, or is calling an assist, rather than, I have 60 stacks, I can insta-kill somebody, for some reason it opts to use the specials first rather than destroying something. So yeah, I tend to just call in the Mark 6, press basic, and then full auto from that point. So what does Scimitar... Yeah. Okay, so Snarkle, only recently in the last 2 to 3 months, CG basically made a change to the Leviathan because it was a miserable time for... it was basically a guaranteed coin toss where if your Leviathans were the same speed, or bit of history, if two characters have exactly the same speed, it's a coin toss between which one goes first. So that could be, you know, if you've got, just looking on screen there, you've got Keller and Beck. If Keller and Beck has 250 speed, and Jedi Knight Revan, not that you'd use them in the same team, also has 250 speed, it's a 50-50 chance that one of them will go first. Exactly the same what was happening with the Leviathan mirrors. But if the enemy's Leviathan went first, it would pretty much be like 90% chance that you would end up losing. There was one special caveat, which I don't know if Asaki's going to have the ship. Yeah. Is around... No, it isn't this one. It's the TIE Reaper. Yeah, so if I just come back to my screen a second. So you have TIE Reaper, which is an Empire ship here. And it was basically... You'd be calling this ship in because it can throw the enemy's capital ship turn meter. So that is typically why that was the only real caveat where you might stand a chance of bringing it back. However, put a long story short, CG then added or updated the kit for Scimitar because Scimitar has been the most useless ship known to man, at least since I've even played the game. But 3 months ago, maybe beginning of the year actually, they made a change to it, which was in the reinforcement ability here. So now, historically, it was only given like 20% crit chance, that was it. But now, it gives your allies a speed gain, which is obviously doubled, and it includes your capital ship as well. So typically, Scimitar, and it kind of discourages a lot of off-meta counters as well. So you'll see some very unique defensive setups for Leviathan as well, where there's an infographic that exists, which is basically the brains behind how reinforcements are brought into the game. So there's there's some certain characters which have like insane level of priority to be reinforced, and you'll have others which are just very low. And Scimitar is almost in like the bottom bracket. However, there's like 1 or 2 ships which can really throw off the counter, but which are basically a lesser priority than Scimitar to be called in. So one of those ships being, what is it called, guys? Kyle Katarn's ship. I cannot think of it off the top of my head. I will find it. Ravensclaw. So Ravensclaw has a lower priority. So some people will set Leviathan on defense with Ravensclaw and Scimitar, because the idea is Scimitar will then be recalled in, basically increasing all of the speed of your ships, your capital ships, and it makes the off-meta counters a little bit more difficult. But it does actually make the Leviathan weaker, or more susceptible to a two-shot at least. But yeah, that was a horrible time before CG made that change. Going back to the reinforcement priorities, so one of the biggest examples, and this will definitely help some people out for those that are actually setting like Negotiator on defense, is for the longest time, at least I used to experience it in the lower levels of Khyber, and I actually experienced it for the first time since Jesus was a child, was people that set Negotiator on defense, and people would set the Clone Sergeant on defense. So Clone Sergeant's got one of the highest reinforcement abilities, and if you use Negotiator on defense, this ship would 9.9 times out of 10 be called in as the first reinforcement, which the ship itself is trash. There's so many better ships that you'd ideally want to come out. So my suggestion to those that do set it is just do not use it at all. Just leave it on the side. Don't use it. You know, you keep your reinforcements such as your Ahsoka Tano, whether it's Plo Koon. I think they're pretty much the two reinforcements that I use nowadays. But again, that's very rare when I do set her on defense. So yeah, I can keep chatting away. So if anybody does have, yeah, Mark, it was a horrible time, that phase of those characters or the Scimitar mirror matches. Okay, so what I did want to share with you guys is an update of where my account was going back a little bit. So let me check pinned messages. Because yeah, there's a guy who hangs out in chat quite frequently. His name is Kev, or Magic Han, and I've been playing with Kev for the longest time. And yeah, I'm just basically trying to find. There was a screenshot that I did share with him. Where is it? Jump. Hopefully I can jump to the message. When it eventually loads up, if the message loads, I will hopefully be able to share it on screen for you. Hoping it does. Come on. Probably should have downloaded it. Yeah, it was... I need to find it. What if I look for GP? What? Where else did I share it? Maybe I'll find it. I'll either put it on my Discord server, or I'll show it tomorrow when we stream. But yeah, my account has grown exponentially in the last 12 to 18 months. You just kind of roll into GLs, it gets to a stage. You know, you unlock, for example, you unlock JML, and you can roll into Leia, you can roll into Jabba, SLKR, Sith Eternal, and Executor, and kind of Lord Vader. They all three of those roll into each other. So yeah, there's lots of farms which have very nice paths that you can take to farm and work towards. Like I said, it's that balance, and you got to understand your own limits and your own resource issues that you may potentially end up having. Like the biggest one for me right now is, as I go on every single GAC and mention, is trying to, yeah. Basically, it's the Zeta deficit that I'm 9 times out of 10 always up against. You know, it's between 80 to 100 Zetas, which can be actually weigh down your account quite a lot. But for the best part, I've kind of caught up a little bit. I've got most of the major Zetas. I'm sitting on like 1.5 right now because Scorch is coming tomorrow, so that Zeta is going straight on to Scorch, and he will be ready. It's like I said, it's that tough decision of whether or not I'm going to go full send into Scorch, get him straight to 9 and call it quits, and then start looking into Tarkin. Doggo, yes. As Rayrock says, the space doggo. Haven't decided which character I'm going to prioritize yet, but as you can see, I'm 96 out of 100 here, 98, and then I'm single refreshing these at the moment. But once I get these two done, then yeah, I will be refreshing the hell out of these two guys. Because other than Scorch, I now have every character, and obviously Smee at everybody else is 7-star. I know this since last summer. JMK in the last few weeks, and now Lord Vader. Nice. JMK, Ahsoka, Jabba, C, Leia in the last few weeks, and now Lord Vader. Yeah, it's such a crazy, like, the crunch gets real, and it's like, the best part for me is now knowing I don't have to be holding 6 Zetas for a GL, because that's painful. And then, yeah, you have so many, like, for the rest of the Spectre team as well. You know, you have some which are probably situational Zetas, which are really not important. But yeah, just even applying the Zetas just to make the team fully functionable. Functionable? Allow the team to fully function? Maybe that's a better way of putting it. My C from Christmas still doesn't have all Zetas. Yeah, I've seen like, I watched Zereth, and Zereth had a video the other day for his middle account, I think it is, and he's got like GLs with like 4 Zetas and 2 Zetas, and I'm like, I just can't do it. They're the strongest characters in the game. Like, you know, you have ones like SLKR, which is it one of his uniques? Yeah, immune to stagger and can't taunt. Like, that's a Zeta where it's like, that's very situational where you get caught out on that. But you guys know it. That one time where you're like, oh, I really need to win this GAC, and then your Slagger gets staggered. You know you're in for a rough time. So, they're your strongest characters. Put the Zetas on. And yeah, you certainly won't regret it. There's loads of Omis that I'm going to be looking at as well. Also unlock Grandmaster Yoda. Yoda is a great character, Snarkle. He's very, especially in the early game, he's very much slept on. In terms of like your modding of him, it varies depending on what you're going up against. Like, I've got a speed health set on mine. Mine is not fast by any means. But you'll see at like high relics, he's got decent. I can say more. It's better than decent. He has good special offense. He does have quite high crit chance because I've got a crit chance triangle on him. Not for any reason. Just because it was a relatively fast mod that I couldn't find a home for. So, yeah, otherwise, you kind of just want, like, offense and health is another priority, because his base protection is horribly low. So you're just looking at health primaries, and then either a speed and health set, or, like, offense and health set. I think he's only 2 Zetas, right? 1 Zeta. It's a really good character for the early game to just have that 1 Zeta. Does not need a leader. You never use him in lead, so please save yourself the pain of that one. I'm not sure which ability it is that's locked behind, but yeah, you won't regret it, especially in a Jedi team. He will. You'll make very good use of him. Long as C was with Bane, he can defeat Ahsoka and Leia with only 4 Zeta. He gets nothing more. Oof. Strong statement. I have never used C and Bane together. It's so... because Bane's a GL in himself in GAC. Like, I just cannot justify using those 2 characters. It's like going up against Ahsoka, for example. I'll personally... like, my C is pretty well modded. You know, he's 200k health with almost 500 speed. Offensively, I'm not too worried about him in a full health set. I could get the extra health out, or the extra speed out of him. Definitely got room to grow with some of those mods. But he does what I need him to at the moment. And it's like this... is it this one that's got a fat... oh, I've actually changed that one of these. No, it's this one. It's got crazy high defense rolls. But yeah, I personally, now that I've said it, I'm definitely going to get my pants coat. Pants coat? Coat with my pants down. That's the words I'm trying to think of. And yeah, I already know that It will catch me out. Have Leia in the attack, no longer have to play the two together. You're saying that, Mac. Leia still doesn't have the strongest offensive record against Ahsoka, or even Rey's for that matter, because of the likes of Ezra. If you're going up against Relic 9 Ezra's, it's not a nice battle. It's, again, one of the characters that I'd love to take to 9, but I've got to wait for this raid to be done first, and he probably will be my first R9 after that, maybe. 17%. Hey, Asake, I'll raise you 1. Ah, pretty much the same, actually. 28 speed as well. I like that mod. Ah. It's okay, Asake. I'll keep this on screen for when you get back. But yeah, Leia is still great to have. If you're going to be using the Leia counter, though, make sure that your Drogon's got a ton of damage. At least offensively. 2 seconds, guys. Let me clear my throat. There we go. Yeah, Asake. I'll wait for Asake to get back. But, yeah, there's... Leia is great, by the way. I absolutely love Leia, and she's one of those characters where you can also use Leia against... you can use her against the new Lord Vader team as well. Yeah, Asake, now that you're back, I was just showing that pretty much exactly the same as you there, where I've got like a 28 speed with 17% defense secondary, which is weird on an offense set, but it works. Trying to see if I got any others with a high defense secondary. Sort by... Yeah. 16 it looks like is my second highest as a secondary stat. Which is weird, because because it's not going to show this because I'm selected on this character. But again, Merrin's a character that doesn't need speed, so that's a decent secondary. It's also a nice one. I like doing this over time. It's just going and checking to see what your highest offensive secondary is. Very well, Leia's a beast. Yeah, she's worth it, Mac. Again, a character that doesn't need speed, but has nice health percentages and offense there. Got a few 7%. Got a few 7% mods now. Even this one on Jocasta. That's a really niche mod. Offense with the flat offense, just slow as water. So, Mac, I'm gonna get you called out on stream now because I can easily find your account. Find you. Ranks. Let's take a look at your Leia. You're still in 14th, Mac. Don't forget your climb. Leia. 554 with 177. I'm guessing that's health primary, yeah? Nice. I think mine's in the 570 range, but 570 speed, but it's at like 170k health. 40 minutes? Yeah. At least you've got time. This is a nice Leia. And then Drogon. Oh, you got an R8 Ezra as well. That's really nice. And you got... Oh, you took Drogon to 8. That's interesting. 314. Crit damage triangle. 14.5k offense. That's nice. Sonya. Nice. Yeah, looking good, Mac. What are, out of curiosity, which are the ones you're missing? I can't remember what they actually do now. Yeah, Mac, what I'm not... If you could get the extra... I'm assuming what you've probably done is you've taken some of these away, like the stronger ones that you had, and probably placed them on Leia, just because of C's usability. But yeah. What am I looking at? I put a nice mod on my JML recently. Nice 11.7% potency secondary. Hey, Iandia. First words on YouTube? Nice to see that I'm getting some visibility over on YouTube. Thank you so much. Love to see it. Hope you're having a good day. Not doing anything too exciting at the moment. Just, as the title says, SWGoh Chat and chill, basically. Nothing crazy to show. TW sign up is in motion right now. I still can't decide which route I'm going to take Tarkin right now. He's very slow, but he's got high special offense now. So I'm going to kind of decide and have a look and see which direction I take him. But my biggest choke point right now is around mods. Just slicing, upgrading, decent mods. I used to have some good filters set up, but man, it's difficult right now. Because again, we've got these... I haven't even... Usually, new character comes out, I've got a rough idea of what set I'm going to build for the character. Because of, for example, like Lord Vader. Lord Vader was a character I was like, right, he's been around for long enough, I can easily find what mods that he needs. But when the new characters are coming out, nobody really knows what that character needs until it comes out. And you may look for a specific modding of that character just based off of the kit alone. And then you may find that when you actually put it in the whole team, the mods that you've kind of prioritized are actually very, not lackluster, but yeah, you're better off looking for different way of modding. I don't know where to use Tarkin without clones. You think he could fit under C lead? I do not. So what I've been doing in Squad Arena is I've been running him as the 5th character. But when you actually look into his kit, he doesn't really offer a lot to the faction. Other than he gives himself extra potency, he gains defense himself, he starts with protection up at the start of each encounter, again gains protection whenever he falls below 50% health, and the only thing that really ties his kit in is the inflicting a debuff himself recovers the health and protection. So when you're using it, at least from a unique perspective outside of the dark side clones, so in for 3v3 for example. So obviously this tactical supremacy, which is also a buff which is given to what's his face? Trench. Hang on. I think my wife has just called me. Give me 2 seconds. Might be important. There we go. I'm back. Saki is having a message checked by mods. Yeah, 3 ways apparently. So apparently 3 ways is... I need to get a mod. There we go. I pushed it through, Asaki. Okay, mods are a problem as well. Not only Zeta, due to all the light speed, always lack good... Yeah. Yeah, that's basically where I'm at. But I'm almost caught up. So, tactical supremacy. SWGoh. Admiral Trench. Does it tell me in Trench's kit what... Yes, it does. So, for those that don't know, inside of Tarkin's kit, in this his second special, he Empire allies gain tactical supremacy, and I've got it up on my other screen, so I'll just read it off rather than flicking between screens. So it basically gives plus 30% crit damage and potency, recover 10% at the start of the turn, and if dispelled, recover 40% health and gain advantage on foresight for 2 turns. So it is a good buff to actually give, but like you're saying, Iron Deer, I probably wouldn't suggest him under... Because with C lead, you typically want him to be with Sith. Sith with Empire, sorry. He doesn't tie into to Sith characters. That's why he hasn't been used for the longest time. Let's have a look. Just going to catch up on some of the other messages. So Asaki did say 3 ways to mod. Mod for character, mod for team, and then mod for counters. Yeah. definitely hard to predict, and you're kind of waiting for GAC to run and then seeing what the top players are really experiencing, and that tends to trickle down. In 3v3, might do Palpatine, Mara, Tarkin, and Sia, SK, Malicos. In 5s, don't think he got a home. Yeah, I don't think he does have a home right now, because obviously the 4 Darkseid clones are all going to go under Lord Vader. So in 5v5, I wouldn't force it to put him in teams, basically, is the best way of putting it. And I'm not sure, India, if you said without Darkseid clones. Yeah. I really wouldn't force him into a team right now. He's very much going to be around, like, his links to to the clones and Darkseid enemies, Empire allies, sorry, is, yeah, the main importance that he has. So outside of that, I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't force him into a team. It's like Palpatine, Mara, Tarkin. I'd still put like Darth Vader there as the third, like Palpatine, depending on where you're at in the game. But yeah, Sia, Starkiller, Malicos is also obviously a really strong team. But in 5s, yeah, he's going to be homeless for me. Because yeah, it's like how we put it just now. Like based off, I haven't really looked into Scorch's kit enough to really see what he wants or needs. So he gets bonus protection, dispelling taunt. They gain order 66, which is nice. Gains bonus protection, so it's almost like... So bonus protection is typically based off of... Oh no, it's actually off of his protection, that will be. His bonus protection is sometimes... It's protection up that I was thinking of. So protection up is actually health based. And that's where the tie-in, again, he's looking for Tarkin there. As a home with LV if you don't whale on Marquee. But I don't have LV yet. Yeah, okay, yeah, so if you are going to work on the clones, which I'm assuming you probably are or should be for the new raid, then, yeah, obviously as soon as you get those clones up and running, you just slot them under Tarkin lead. And so far, from my first assumption, I'd probably say it's going to be Tarkin, Scorch, and Disguised Clone Trooper as the third. And then the other one then will be under LV, Apo, and CX, I imagine. Looking forward to the full Lord Vader team. 3 clones in TW is defeated easily with Bam Sana Datacron. That's interesting for TW. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see these kind of niche counters that are going to exist. So again, if there's an allied Lord Vader or Tarkin, protection up, and that's where Bulwark comes in. So you can apply off balance for 2 turns. And applying dots, which is also nice. So you kind of want him to take turns. Dispel all debuffs on a random debuffed Empire ally. That's a really nice trait to have as well. Target enemy add order, reducing the cooldowns of Galactic Legend. Yeah, you definitely want this guy to take turns. So he's basically... The idea is you can kind of get Lord Vader to take multiple turns and try and, apply as much dots as possible. And let's have a look here. So yeah, I think what I'm probably going to be looking at is probably similar to how I've had Lord Vader modded, to be honest, where you're kind of looking for speed with protection primaries. Again, there's no saying what his primary stat is going to look. I think you are right to see that. Yeah, I think it was Tarkin. It's under his unique, isn't it? Yeah, it's not here. Or it might actually be under Tarkin's kit. Yeah. At the start of battle, if there is an ally Grand Moff Tarkin, Tarkin's gaining a crazy amount of potency and Scorch assists whenever Tarkin uses an ability. And he's got like a survival, almost like how... It's not actually. It's more like a savior mechanic, where the damage that you start receiving is reduced to 1. So it's like with when GL Ray is an ultimate. Strong kit. Whether it taunts... Yeah, because it looks like... I wonder if he's a pre-taunt. Yeah. He's a Darkseid pre-taunting tank guy. So you don't have Lord Vader, you don't have Tarkin, you still want this guy. Pre-taunting tanks are really difficult to come by. And I think especially for Darkseid. because there's only a handful. So I think Crew only taunts because he has advantage, at least under SLKR. You've got Set, but I think Sith Empire Trooper is one, and Shore Trooper. They're literally, I think they're the only 3 pre-taunting tanks in the game for dark side. And light side, you got Baze. I don't know. I think Paz starts with... Yeah, he does. He starts with the same one that Mace Windu has. I can't think of what it's called off the top of my head. You've got... Let's have a look. Stormtrooper Han, maybe? Possibly a 3rd. L3 is definitely a 4th. And SRP is a new character to me, but I do believe SRP may be a pre-taunt as well. So yeah, they are kind of outmatched. But yeah, I'd definitely consider that, guys. You know, at least be a good guildmate. You push for these new characters. This is going to be, for those of you which are in that weird ground at the moment, whether or not you're happy at your guild, whether or not everybody is pushing, this is your chance. If you go full send into these characters, no matter what GP you're at, you could be, for example, I'm not picking on you, Snarkle, but I know that you're in there, where you're at a really low GP. If you went and you pushed all these characters to like Gear 12, Gear 11 off the rip, so you can actually, I think Gear 11 counts, right? If they're going to be based off of the same... where is it? I can't do... difficulty tiers. If you can get them all to Gear 12 and you're able to get that 450,000 score across like 1 or 2 of those teams, you will definitely be able to jump up to a higher guild. You know, Relic 1s, like that's just taking them to Gear 12, which I know is a lot of Chirotech, it's a lot of resources, especially for wherever you are in the game. You got a full new faction that's out, it's going to take a lot to get there, but I promise you, if you push this, one of the key things that I always share out to everyone is find yourself a good guild, try and find somewhere with like-minded people, or at least guild coordination where it's like, okay guys, this new raid is coming, we're going all in. We want you to score X amount of score. This is what you're going to need to do it. These are the teams that we suggest. If you can find a guild that coordinated and like that regimented, again, it depends on your personal circumstances, where you're at, what you want to do. Because if you can dedicate the time to playing it, like where you can sign up to every TW, if you can do your waves in TB, like the more resources you get into your account, the easier this game becomes. Zalbar with Omicron. Yeah, I can't comment on that one. I still haven't got the Zalbar on me because my Zalbar is Gear 12. And I'm not prepared to throw 20 Omicron mats at Zalbar. Sounds crazy. But right now he's what's known as a gear bitch, which he's at Gear 12, so it makes it easier for me to farm, you know, fusion furnaces, where pretty much most of the pieces that you want or need, you can farm them off this, because again, you've got the red lenses, you've got shock prods. Those I don't really farm. And then you end up with abundance of this sort of stuff, so yeah. Just stay focused, stay dedicated, find a good guild, and you will be in safe hands. And I bet most of you could probably find a better guild, but it depends on what you want and what you're happy with. So, yeah, I feel like... wonder if I can preemptively try and design how I imagine this guy to be. I think I'm probably going to go speed defense. So I do want him to take turns. So if we sort speed primary... we can look for defense and protection. Hey, it's good. It's good that you love your guild. As long as the feeling is reciprocated. So this has defense, this has health and protection. So that's going to be a very good mod. Not good in raid, but they are nice. Depends on where you want and where you're at. I wouldn't say I've always been a guild hopper. So if any of my guild is watching, I'm not a guild hopper. I'm extremely happy where I'm at. And yeah, it's one of those that it depends what you want from a game. If you're a sweaty tryhard like me and you always push games to the limits and you really want to push yourself, you need to find yourself better guilds. You can still retain friendships in the game along the way. But It all depends on what you want. If you're happy where you are, you got a good group of friends, good group of people, and you're happy, that's all that matters. There's happiness in, especially not from a game, but you've seen it with me on streams, guys. I can be up on cloud 9 and one battle goes wrong, or 2 battles go wrong, or 25 for the Sana team from 3v3. I literally hit rock bottom because I'm always trying my best, and when I lose, I hate it. It's not me being spoiled, it's just I just want as much rewards into my account as possible. 20 to 25. So right now your guild is doing 20 to 25 to unlock land. Oh, that's close. Yeah, it's again, that's one of the biggest things, guys, is find a guild. If you're not getting like the max score in raid, find a guild which, at least if you're scoring, for example, in this new raid, if you're scoring like 6, 7 million, at least make sure you're not at number 1 every single time. Because at least if there are people that are around, you know, 300,000 to 400,000 close to you, then fine. Just make sure that you're not the single holder of all the weight and you're basically carrying everybody to the rewards, because it might just mean that you've outgrown your guild. And again, like how Iron Deer has just put it, you've got, like, from the perspective of, like, TB. Hang on, I've lost my trail of thought because I was just thinking of something else. Yeah, TB. You're looking at like Zephyr and Mandalore. You can find a guild that's getting you into those 2 locations as well. Extra Kairos. Like, I can't remember that. Like, I farm the Kyrotech shock prod node every single day, and that's why I'm at 2,000. But I do that for another reason. It's not just getting shock prods. Like, you know, I typically get to an X amount of a gear piece, and then you can kind of stop farming it. But most of you, if not all of you, will be aware of the crunch of... Let me scroll down somewhere. Find someone at 3. Bronzium wirings. This is a massive headache and a massive pinch point for upgrading relics. So by hitting the hell out of that Kyrotech shock prod node, you also accumulate a ton of pieces, which I cannot find here. Some, if not all of you, will know this already, but I like to make sure that I like to be educational to those which don't know. So typically, you hit your Kyrotech shock prod node. Speak English, which is 7B, I think it is. Yeah, you farm the hell out of this node because it drops these, and then you can convert those into the bronzium wiring pieces you need. So every single day, I farm what I need to farm, which as of right now is these 4. Batcher is fleet. These 3 are hard nodes. Once I've completed the hard node farms for the day, all in on that shock prod node. And eventually, I promise you guys, you find a guild that gets you into Zephyr and Mandalore, and Kyrotech shock prods will eventually become a thing of the past once you catch up. And lightspeed bundles, funnily enough. I've picked up quite a few of the bundles, but well, probably nearly everyone at this point, which also helps because, again, some of the costs of the lightspeed bundles, if you weigh that up to the price of like what it takes to get a character up to relic, it's a no-brainer. It's really worth it. But again, depends on where you're at and what you can afford to put in. Also, guys, there's 6 viewers right now. If any of you are new, please feel free to drop me a follow or a sub on YouTube, depending where you're watching, because I'm really trying to continue the growth. I'm at 99 followers, believe it or not, so we are 1 away on Twitch. And then, yeah, YouTube, I'm really trying to drive. I actually put a different kind of video out on YouTube the other day. So I put up the Nightfall event and how I'm able to basically full auto. So I shared the mods that I used in that guide as well. So I'm trying to not be so specific on the GAC content. So anybody ever has any suggestions or ideas of what we can look at, I'm more than happy to try and include it. All depends on what it is and what we're up against, to be honest. Because there is a limit on what you can and cannot share. But like I say, I'm an educational person, so I do like to try to share what I can. I'm trying to help you guys. not quite locked in, but what I've done is... Also, important note, for those that don't know, if you sign up to TW and you make changes throughout this sign-up period, make sure towards the end you just leave and join back. Because otherwise, the changes that you made, say, excuse me, say you signed up at 7 PM yesterday evening, at least that's what time sign-up is for me, and then you decide that, you know, you're going to upgrade a whole team, a whole faction even, you know, even if it's just to gear 12, depending where you're at. You've applied a new Zeta on a team. You've even re-rolled a new Datacron for a specific team that you plan on using on offense or defense. Then, yeah, 100% make sure that you're leaving and then re-signing back up. Because any of those changes that you made in that 24-hour sign-up period will get re-locked into TW. Just a bit of early game advice, that is. And... yeah, is there anything else that I can really look at or think of right now that I can share? It was that nice mod that yeah, this one's got potential, guys. But these things are the bane of my life. I hate them. And then, yeah, these won't be so bad. In 2 years, CG developed the same resave button from GAC. Yeah, exactly. They're very clever. But yeah, this has got crazy amount of offense. I'm hoping that the speed will hit. Calibration on the flat defense on the way up will be nice. We'll see. That could be another 7% offense mod. Bottlenecked on those mats. Yeah. They're the bane of my life. Like, if I actually looked through here, right? If I looked at my 6 mods, or my 6A mods, like, it's a decent amount. I then look at my 6B mods, not so much. Watch how many of these I'll have. Actually, it's not even, it's about the same as my 6A mods looking at it. Because all of these mods need these. And I believe even the green ones. Green may be worse for me. It's the green. No, it's not. Got a ton of these green mods. Some of them are really good. Some of them are shite. But some of them, you know, there's a lot of like 20s and 25s which we could be looking at. I'm just, yeah. I'm trying to remod the new stuff that's coming in. And I will catch up. I'm pretty close to catching up. Hot Utils mod score? I can bring it up. Let's go on the compare screen. Let's go over to Hot Utils and check out my account. Because like I said, I've done a lot of mod work. I did pick up the Imperial Trooper Lightspeed bundle. Also, I've just noticed my webcam slightly off. That better? There we go. So yeah, I picked up the Imperial Trooper Lightspeed bundle because there was a few of those characters which I had at either low relic or like there was 2 characters I had which were like gear 7 or gear 8. So now I got them at relic 5. That dropped my mod score by crazy. I think it dropped by like 0.12, something like that. But I have reapplied some mods. And like I said, I've done a good purge of the mods. So now, hey, we're ready for Order 66. We are at 5.66, guys. Hoping you can see that okay. Do I zoom in a bit? Way too far. There we go. Depending on what size screen you're looking at. That's typically a good overview of my account. Obviously, I'm not in Carbonite, but this gives you a rough breakdown of where I'm at. Yeah, there was... sorry, yeah, there was... it was labelled as Imperial Troopers, but Idem was included in there. Yeah, the Iden bundle. Yeah, that was the one, but I'm sure it was labelled as the Imperial Trooper bundle. But yeah, my mod score's not the best, guys. I won't claim it to be, but I do feel that score is a bit harsh, to be honest. But yeah, it is what it is. You know, like my plus 25 speed mods, 91 is certainly no slouch for that sort of mod score. And I like my 6% offense mods, which I don't think that it actually shows in here. But I've got a pretty high amount of 6% offense mods as well. And we got another ad break. It's just rolled in. zoom that out so I can actually see it. And I've hopped over to the wrong screen. There it is. And now I've booted myself out of the game. Casually. So yeah, my plan tomorrow, guys, is I'll probably stream for like an hour and a half tomorrow evening. Maybe when Scorch gets released, maybe just before. I'll evaluate and see if time is my friend. Hey, 10 viewers. That's just spiked up out of nowhere. Hope you're all having a good day, guys. It's a nice chilled chat and educational stream for if anybody has questions or if they want their roster reviewed. Also happy doing that. Well, that's typically what these streams are about. I'm not sure if I'll have the time to actually go through and do it now. Just because I'm a little bit pressed on time and I definitely need to eat. Ad break is back. So for those that missed that spiel, I was just saying that just been a nice chilled stream, helping you guys, giving you some advice. Not that any of you really asked for it, but just my personal opinion on certain things. But yeah, it's been a nice stream, this one. Like I said, guys, I will run a stream tomorrow. I'm not sure what time yet, depending on Scorch's release and depending on how my schedule is running. But what I will do is I will throw some plugs in the chat right now. So, for example, here's a link to my Discord. So we've got a nice little community that's building there at the moment. Again, offering advice for GAC, even some modding advice as well, which I'm always happy to give or at least put my 2 cents into. One thing I'll say about myself is that my mod score may not be the highest, but I'm definitely a connoisseur and a very good appreciator of great mods. So, love to see any mods that you guys like and will definitely be happy to review and share. So again, my Discord server is there and obviously the notification that I go live is also sent out there. I also share very cute photos of Dougie, my golden retriever, so if that's not enough of a reason to sign up, I don't know what it is. Not sign up because you're not paying for anything. For you to join the server, then may that be the if that's not the only reason, then it should be. We also have my YouTube, which I'll plug here as well. Again, I'm looking at all my GAC content gets shared there. I'm also in the and I did upload a Nightfall video, again showing how by following a specific mod, loadout, you definitely can do full auto on pretty much all of the tiers of the Nightfall event. Granted, my character's a Relic 9, fully zated, but it's the mods that you're applying really can make the difference. And then finally, if you guys could be so kind and drop me a follow on Twitch if you're new. I'm at 99 followers right now. If any of you 10 people are new, you could push me over that 100 follower limit, which would be pretty sweet. Because, yeah, I'm... There it is! Mac! There we go. Is now following it. We've reached it. And it's just popped up. Follower goal met. 100 of 100. Thank you so much, Mac. I need to get a sub goal and some other things as well. But, yeah, we've finally hit the 100 followers. Waited for this moment. I bet you did. I bet you did. Well, you've made my night, Mac. So, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. If you ever need someone sniping down from the Fleet Arena, please feel free to let me know. But yeah, guys, this has been nice. Been nice chatting. I'm happy that I've been able to retain the amount of viewers throughout the stream as well. Sometimes it's kind of hard to keep. You can get some people, they'll join and they'll be like, this guy is speaking shit or this guy is bad, and they won't stick around. But you guys either enjoy the sound of my voice or are enjoying cooking or spending time with your family with me lurking in, or at least lurking in the background. So regardless, I appreciate you guys for coming here and supporting. Yeah, exactly. It's really difficult to stream on slow SWGoh days because it's like, what can you actually show that you can kind of keep people engaged? Sometimes people just want to hear, see, and listen about the game. 11 AM makes it tough to watch, then most of us are working. Yeah, that's the problem with Sake. And there's so many people that are there's people that stream at GAC live, which is difficult for me because It's like 10:30 or 10 p.m. my time, and I have a pregnant wife, and I spend a lot of my time with her when she is home. So that's kind of where my priorities do lie, as they should be. Also, shout out to Ranger, who's just raided me as I'm almost wrapping up. But I really appreciate you, Ranger. Again, raiding into me. This is becoming a reoccurring theme now. I'm sure when GAC goes live in the next couple of days, I will be reciprocating back to you and streaming back in. But hope you've had a nice easy stream there, Ranger. Ranger's hands hurt. You have to get them treated. Wait, what have you done to your hands, Ranger? Have you got a repetitive strain injury? Also, Ray Rock, I wouldn't say it's Manic Monday afternoon at this point. It's, yeah. Do we want to know? Bitten by fire ants. What? Is this on stream? Yeah. Bitten by fire ants. I feel like that's definitely some form of forfeit. So I hope you at least get some... I hope you got compensated well for that, Ranger, because, yeah, that's something. I was just saying before I finished up there, guys, that no, he said it was yesterday. He was working in the yard. Ah, gotcha. I know Ranger loves to pull a shoey for a certain amount of sub goals. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he set an extremely large either sub goal or donation goal towards something. He's a gluttony for punishment. But yeah, that sucks, man. I hope Ranger, if you're still here, I hope you get better soon, my friend. But guys, I know that this has been short. It's been fun, at least for the Ranger folks which have come around. I need to go and eat because I'm very hungry, and my pregnant wife is also hungry. So yeah, we need to look after the three of us, including her and the baby. But yeah, I'm probably sure there isn't going to be many other people that are streaming on Twitch on an off day. So let me see if I can find somebody else. There's somebody French, there's somebody Russian, and Lord of the Fly, apparently. Please, it needs 50 followers to affiliate. How about we pop over to Lord of the Fly 320 and see if we can at least push him up to those, give him a few extra followers. /raid. And if any of you are new from Ranger stream, feel free to drop a follow down below. We just hit 100 today, but we're continuing to grow and having a good time with it. I need to add sub goals and things. Need to get incentives to steal your guys' money, you know. Even watching ads always helps us out as well. Phoenix Cron, so I can use on Ray. Nice, Ray Rock. Yeah, that's definitely one that's worth the investment. Lord of the Fly 320. Okay, guys. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And I'm going to keep this salute now very awkwardly. No, I'll pull it back. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And yeah, I will be streaming tomorrow probably for Scorch Unlock. And we will see how it goes. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.